The random jottings of Donald J. from Nelson in Pendle but Droylsden Clayton Hall Poltergeist. The wind whispered through the ancient trees surrounding Clayton Hall in Droylsden, creating an eerie melody that echoed through the stillness of the night. The moon cast its silvery glow upon the worn stone facade of the historic building, setting the stage for a tale that had long been woven into the fabric of local folklore. Deep within the heart of Clayton Hall, hidden beneath the cloak of darkness, a presence stirred. For generations, the tales had been passed down, stories of a restless spirit that manifested as a poltergeist, wreaking havoc within the once-hallowed halls. It was said to be a mischievous entity that reveled in unsettling the living. As the clock struck midnight, the residents of the hall would be jolted awake by unseen hands tearing the covers off their beds. Terrifying crashes and deafening bangs echoed through the corridors, causing a shiver to run down the spines of those unfortunate enough to witness the spectral disturbances. The townsfolk of Droylsden lived in fear of the unseen force that haunted Clayton Hall. Whispers of the poltergeist's malevolent antics spread like wildfire, creating an atmosphere of trepidation and superstition. The local priest, Father Thomas, was consulted to confront the otherworldly presence and put an end to the torment that had plagued the hall for decades. With a solemn determination, Father Thomas gathered his sacred implements and ventured into the heart of Clayton Hall. The air within seemed to thicken with every step, as if the very essence of the poltergeist lingered in anticipation. The priest moved through the dimly lit corridors, guided only by the flickering flame of his candle. As Father Thomas reached the epicenter of the disturbances, the atmosphere grew charged with an otherworldly energy. Suddenly, the room erupted in chaos, furniture levitated, shadows danced on the walls, and an invisible force seemed to laugh malevolently in the darkness. Undeterred, Father Thomas began to recite sacred verses and performed rites of exorcism. The words echoed through the haunted halls, confronting the but with the power of faith. Slowly but surely, the tumultuous activity subsided, and an eerie calm settled over Clayton Hall. In the aftermath, the townsfolk discovered that the poltergeist had been laid to rest, its spectral presence vanquished by the unwavering faith of Father Thomas. The once fearful hall now stood silent, as if it had exhaled a sigh of relief, finally liberated from the grip of the supernatural. Clayton Hall, once a hotbed of paranormal activity, returned to a state of quietude. The tale of the poltergeist became a chapter in the local lore, a reminder of the fragility of the boundary between the living and the spectral realms. The townsfolk, grateful for Father Thomas's intervention, continued to live their lives, occasionally glancing towards Clayton Hall, half expecting the echoes of the bot to return with the night winds. By Donald J.